Good day. My name is Agbedejo Michael, and on this webinar, I'm going to show you how you can become the best version of yourself. We all have equal amount of time and unique opportunities, and the greatest determinant of success in life is one, our mindsets, and two, our time. I'm not going to be talking about mindset on this call because I bought you a book which is meant to serve the purpose. But before I start with the training on how to effectively manage your time, I'm going to briefly talk about how to properly read this book. Now, the same way we eat every single day to nourish ourselves, our body, and grow, that is also the same way you're meant to be feeding your mind every day. If you don't eat, what happens? You start growing lean, you start looking sick, and you eventually die. The same thing too with the mind. If you don't breathe every day, your mindset shrinks and shrinks till it eventually dies. You understand? That's why when you see top CEOs and successful entrepreneurs, you notice that they always read books. They have this big library of different books, Think and Grow Rich, Read That For That, and they're constantly, reading every single day because they understand in order to grow in life, you need to constantly keep improving your mindset. The higher your mindset is, the more successful you're going to be in life. So every single day, you are meant to read. Now, if you can read for 1 hour a day, that's very fantastic. But if you can't do that, 30 minutes is just fine. I just make sure every single day you're reading. So, what I personally do is I read this book at the start of every month. So, when I'm done with it, I start reading other ones. And once the month ends, the start of the next month, I pick it up again, I read it, then continue with other ones and all. So every single month, I'm always reading this particular book. Why? Because I need to keep reminding myself of the things the author talked about. Because most times, you do them and then you forget, and then, so I need to read it again, so I can remind myself of, oh, I'm meant to be doing this. Oh, I'm not meant to be doing this. You understand? Now, the author is not just a random person. Before he created this book, he studied, the top CEOs in the world and very successful entrepreneurs, and he noticed habits synonymous with them. So he created a book on those habits. Now, if you copy the habits of very successful people, you become very successful. That is basically it. And that's what this book's about. So every month, make sure you read it. Every month, make sure you read it so you can keep updating and reminding yourself and doing the things you're meant to do and keep growing. Also, when you're reading the book, it's not a competition. We're not doing first to finish here, okay? So take your time. Even if it's only 4 pages or 5 pages, you can read and understand very well in a day. See your 4 or 5 pages. Don't rush through the book because you want to be the first to finish. You understand? And when you're reading the book, every single thing he talks about, you know, every single assignment he gives, make sure you do it. So if he says, oh, write down your goals on a piece of paper and paste it on your wall, pause, bring a piece of paper, write down the goals, paste it on your wall. If he says compare yourself with this, pause, compare yourself with what he asks you to compare yourself with. And all, if you are reading to understand deeply and do the things he's telling you to do, that is when the book is really going to take effect on you. And when you're reading the next month, don't say, oh, I've read this book before, I just rushed through it. No, read it as if you're just reading it for the first time. Take your time with it. Like I said earlier, the major determinant of success is one, your mindset, and two, your time. I'll share my screen right now and starting with the presentation on effective time management. So, as I said earlier, requires two things, mindsets and routine. We've talked about mindsets in the earlier section. So I'm going to be talking about routine right now. Routine is basically what you do with your time every single day, okay? How you spend your time. Most persons spend their time on their phones, partying, gossiping, going out, hanging out with friends and stuff like that. Why other persons spend their time working towards a particular goal, all right? Spend their time studying and doing other things. But being able to manage your time properly and apportion time to certain activities It's usually a very difficult thing, and a lot of persons really want to do the things that is going to make them successful, but they don't just know how to structure their time. And that is what I'm going to teach on the second part of this lecture. So I'm going to be talking about effective time management, and to know how to effectively manage your time, you need to know how to use two tools. Number one is a daily routine, and number two is a to-do list. A daily routine is what you do every single day in the order at which you do them. Basically, a sheet of paper where you write down the activities you're going to be doing every single day from the time you wake up to the time you go back to bed. A to-do list, on the other hand, are the list of things you want to do today that are not currently in your daily routine. Do you understand? At the end of this lecture, you're going to create your own personalized daily routine, right? You're going to draft out your own daily routine so you can have a daily routine. I'm going to give three examples of daily routine to give you a better understanding of how to structure yours. And I'm also going to explain a few things that are meant to be in your daily routine. You guys, so you can know how to draft out yours at the end of this lecture. So I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a daily routine of a student, a working graduate, and a graduate who is not working at the moment. Okay, so you can know how to structure yours based on whatever category you fall into. All right. So when you want to create your daily routine, you need to understand something. All right. Daily routine is designed to help you manage your time appropriately. So normally we have 24 hours a day. Out of the 24 hours, we spend 8 hours sleeping, 7 to 8 hours sleeping. Sleeping for less than 7 hours increases your chances of having things like cardiovascular diseases, dementia, and other serious diseases as you're aging. So if you know you don't want to have a lower quality of life when you start growing older, make sure you sleep for at least 7 hours. I keep it at least 7 hours. I keep it at 8 hours because before you sleep, take a little bit of time before you finally fall asleep. So if you leave that 8 hours, at least 30 minutes to toss around, toss around, toss around, and within that 30 minutes you fall asleep and have like approximately 7 hours of sleep. So we use like 4 hours, preparing food, doing other things, cleaning all of those things. And the remaining 12 hours is what we have to use to work. Okay, it's only 12 hours every single day. Only 12 hours that we can use to do effective work. If you probably reduce this one to 2 hours, then you can create 14 hours. For just 14 hours max is what we actually have to work. When you want to create a daily routine, you need to write down the things you want to dedicate your time towards doing. Okay. So for a student, we have class, all right, then assignments and study. Then main course. As this one is basically something new you're learning, a new skill set you're learning. Everything should not just be about school. You can actually learn how to use AI to do certain things. You can learn how to do certain things online. It's all about learning. The brain actually needs to, keep learning new things so it can keep growing. You understand? So a new course there. But these are the three things that you basically need to focus on if you're a student. So we need to create a daily routine that gives us enough time to go to class, all right, already arrange time to do our assignments and study, and time to learn our new course. So this is a daily routine of a student. Now, I said I'm going to show you the things that are non-negotiable on your daily routine. Number one is Bible study. If you're a Christian, and then Quran study if you are a Muslim. And number two, personal development, which includes you reading of books like The Magic of Thinking Big, books that are going to help you grow as a person, self-help, and motivational, personal development, books like that, non-negotiable. 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day, whichever one you want to do, but it should be in your daily routine. It should be there. So you see, I circle them out already because those ones are very, very important. Of course, sleep is non-negotiable. This one is not so negotiable too. So as a student, your priorities are one, classes, number two, assignments and reading, personal reading, and number three, learning something. So if you look at this routine, after you wake up and you're done with this, done with that, 6 a.m. to 6:30, you read your Bible, you're growing your spiritual life. Then after that, you do 1 hour or 30 minutes reading of, a book that going to help grow your mentality and grow, improve every single thing about you. Very good. Then after that, you go to class. Most classes are usually from like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., 2 p.m. thereabout and all. So once you come back from class, you rest. Because probably when you come back from class, you'll be having headache, you'll be a little bit stressed. So you just use that time. If you're seeing a series, a seasonal movie, you can use 45 minutes to like watch one episode. It helps you like it'll help you relax. If you also want to watch a normal movie, you can watch half of it. After 1 hour, you stop watching it. Then the next day, you can continue from where you stopped at your break time. You understand? So once you're done with that 1 hour of rest, the next thing to be assignment and study. From 4 to 7, you start with doing your assignments. And once you're done with your assignments, you use the main time to read. Right? You can have a timetable of the courses you're reading every day. So maybe these days, this one, so you just read 2 hours, 2 hours, 30 minutes. You're on your book reading. And once you're done reading, you go to learn the course you're learning. If it's programming you want to learn, you want to be a full stack developer, 2 hours every day. From 7 to 9, cut all distractions, just you, your laptop, and your course. Okay? This particular concept, small efforts compound into bigger results. If you want to feel it well, and you're adding 1 drop of water every second, after like 3 months, you're going to be full. Do you understand? You don't need to spend 12 hours, you just 1 second, just 1 drop, 1 drop. That little effort will compound into the bigger result, which you call success. Let's look at what these activities are going to compound to after 1 month, 3 months. Let's look at what these activities are going to compound to after 1 month, 3 months, and 1 year for a student. Okay, so after 1 month, you would have spent 240 hours sleeping. Your brain is very, very sharp. The thing about sleeping is that when you're deprived of sleep, you're going to be very, very smooth in every single thing you're doing. You're not going to learn fast, you're not going to remember things fast, and you're just going to just look at it. Just imagine a laptop. Okay. Imagine a laptop that is very, very hot because you've been playing game intensely on it. What happens? It throttles, right? It becomes very slow. That is basically how the brain is when it's deprived of quality sleep. Yeah, so if you're sleeping for 3, 4 hours and you're trying to read, you're not going to understand what you're reading. But after reading, you're going to forget the next day. When you get to the exam hall, you're not going to remember things like that because you're not sleeping well and your brain is not healthy. You get so very, very good. Your brain is very, very sharp because you slept very well for 30 days. Bible study, you spend 15 hours in a month reading your Bible. Spending just 30 minutes every day reading your Bible. After 30 days, you would have spent 30 hours studying your Bible. He would have been done with up to like 4 different books of the Bible. Just 30 minutes a day. You get what I'm talking about? Then personal development, you would have spent up to 30 hours. If you're reading more than one book, you would have been done with the magic of thinking big, you'd have done with this, done with that, done with that. Your mentality is not going to be like this, to be like, yeah, very, 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 you'll be thinking on a different frequency. You'll be thinking like top CEOs and entrepreneurs. You get, then after 30 days, you have spent 240 hours in class. You will not even miss any class self because it's in your daily routine. So all the assignments you are giving, all the tests, you did all the tests, all the attendance, you have everything. You're a strong candidate for having 4.5 GPA that particular semester. Because you started very well already, you get what I'm talking about. Then your break time, you have spent 30 hours. if you're probably seeing a series, a seasonal movie, you'd have been done watching the seasonal movie and even started on that seasonal movie again, despite the fact that you're actually allocating enough time to your classes, your study, and every single thing. Then when it comes to assignments and personal study, you would have spent 90 hours. You'd have spent 90 hours on assignment and personal study. Then the new course which you're learning, you would have spent 60 hours on it. Imagine you're learning programming, you're learning a particular this thing. 60 hours in just 1 month. You'll be done with the whole course. After finishing the course, you can start working on a particular project yourself and start building a site from scratch, because you're done already this month. So next month, you still have another 60 hours again to invest in learning this thing. So just use it to start practicing what you've learned already. So after 3 months, what do we have? Sleep 720 hours, Bible study 45 hours, personal development 90 hours, classes 720 hours, rest 90 hours, assignment and personal study 270 hours. The new course you're studying 180 hours. So not only we have finished the entire course, you would have probably even finished you would have probably finished building an entire website from the scratch. You can now say I'm a developer. Most of the things you can actually do with AI. You just understood how to, use to get this and get this, how to connect this, how to, work on the back end. And so if a friend needs a project, so if a friend wants to build a website, you can say, yes, I can do it. I can take on the project, collect the job, get the money, and start working on it. You have 60 hours a month. Every time when it gets to that particular time, from 7 to 9, you just start 2 hours, you're done. The next day, 2 hours, you're done. Next day, 4 minutes, 30 days, you're done building the website for the person and you've gotten the money. And this did not take out of your study time. It did not take out of your time which you're meant to spend going to class. It did not take out of the time which you're meant to spend reading your books. Why? Because you properly allocated time for different activities. Do you understand? So that is basically what I'm talking about. Then after 1 year, what do we have? You have 2,880 hours sleeping. Your brain is 100% sharp. Everything is working sharp. You're like a robot. Bible study, you have spent 180 hours studying the Bible. You have already completed half of the Bible itself already. Then classes, 2,880 hours. Rest 360 hours. This afternoon rest for probably seeing some movies. You would have watched a lot of movies. You would have enjoyed yourself, And then assignments and study, 1,080 hours. And the new course you're learning, 720 hours. Just imagine how far you would have. Just imagine how far you would go in 1 year after spending 720 hours with that particular skill. Imagine how far you're going to go. Just imagine how far you go. 720 hours, this is. And skill I'm talking about. So it's not about not having time. I've heard a lot of people say, well, I don't have time, I don't have time. What do you spend your time doing? Allocate this time for different activities and see if you're not going to be able to create time for that thing which you want to learn. 1 hour a day will compound to 360 hours in a year. Just 1 hour a day. Do you understand? Now, if you are a working graduate, it's going to be similar to this. The difference between yours and that of a student is 9 to 5. Most jobs are 9 to 5 in Nigeria. So let's say 8 to 5 p.m. is going to be your working time. 8 to 5 p.m. So change this class to work. What am I spelling? Then when you come back from work, 5 to 6 p.m. rest. Then we can do like 6 to 9 p.m. I know it's going to take a little bit of time to get home from work and all. So probably this that's why everybody's own daily routine is different. Probably this 5 to 6, you know, time to get back home from work. You know, you can actually extend yours to like maybe 5 to 7 or so because you use 1 hour on the road before you get to work, before you get home rather, and stuff like that. But this is basically it. Now there's this particular verse in the Bible. It says sow your seed in the morning, all right? But do not let your hand be idle in the evening because you don't know which is going to prosper you, your morning labor or your evening labor. What that basically means is we all have things we are passionate about. We all have things we really want to do with our lives. Yeah, but we may not actually be doing what we want to do or what we are passionate about at the moment. Probably we are working at a particular job because yeah, we need to do certain things and all those things. All right. But we really have what we are passionate about. During the morning, spend it at work. Then when you come back home from work, use that time in the evening to invest in your career. 3 hours a day, 3 hours a day, 3 hours a day. You keep doing it. Before you know it, the thing you're doing in the evening is going to start paying you. And very soon, it's start paying you more than the work you're doing. Probably to pay you up to 4 times what you're earning at your normal job. And at that particular point now, it's going to make sense to quit your job to focus on it because why you're earning 4 times what you get from work in what from what you're passionate about. And you quit it now and now make it a full-time also. That's how a lot of YouTubers, that's how a lot of content creators, that's how a lot of artists, footballers or whatever, that's how they got to where they were. Right? They were doing what they were meant to do, and when they go home in the evening, they invested time in what they really wanted to do. Okay, let me look for that verse in the Bible. It says, so the Ecclesiastes chapter, I think 11 verse something is it's yeah, 11 verse 6. Ecclesiastes chapter 11 verse 6. So you're sitting in the morning and at evening, let your hands not be idle, for you do not know which will prosper, this or that, or both of them. You understand? So similar to that of a student, but what is different now with that of someone that is working is you're spending 3 hours in studying a new course. Okay. Maybe you're really passionate about coding and stuff like that. 3 hours every single day would translate to I'll take away this assignment here. This work here is still going to be there. I'll not let me study this work again because it's not like it's the new course is going to be this will be 90 hours, 90 hours, right? Times 3 with 270 hours. Then after 1 year, this will be 1,080 hours. So let's just say you wanted to do something or you're really passionate about this. Imagine spending 1,080 hours on that particular thing, learning courses on it, creating an account on it, starting your first content, posting this, posting that every single day, 3 hours, 3 hours. After spending 180, after spending 1,080 hours, you will not be here. You'll be like, all right. But the only way you can be able to spend this amount of time, 1,080 hours in a year on that particular thing, is if you create a daily routine and apportion time. So let's give the last example. Graduates who is currently not working. A graduate who is currently not working, that basically means you have more time. And basically what you just have to do is this 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You pick a particular field which you want to major in, a particular one you want to do. You have lots of time. You have lots of time. So you're going to be able to move faster than any other person. All you just have to do is pick what you're passionate about, what you really want to do. Okay? 8 to 7 is up to like 7 hours a day. So if it's a skill set you want to learn, you just put it here, new skill. You just fill it yourself, fill it in, let's say new skill. That would be 7 hours times 30 with 210 hours in a month. In a month, times 3 will be 630 hours. Then times 4, right? And then you still have time still in the evening to still do whatever, to still learn something else again. You can be, doing this and doing that. You can be learning how to build sites, websites, or stuff like that, while also learning how to learning content creation, how to be an influencer, or how to be this, or how to be that. Two different things. Morning, evening. Morning, by the end of the year, you're very prosperous with this, and you're also very prosperous with this. Do you understand? So that is basically, it's all about how we um organize our time. If you look at this thing very well, you notice that when we're in school, like primary school, secondary school, this is how our timetable was structured. From morning, I went to a boarding school, secondary school. From the time we sleep, wake up, every single thing structured like this. We go to class from this to this. We have a break, afternoon break around 12 to 12:30. Then after that, we continue with our classes again. Then after that, we'll do lessons. If you get this thing very, very well and you build the system around it and then you master this particular system, once you grow, you probably get a better promotion, a better job, a better this, a better that, and everything. You get a very, very beautiful opportunity. It's going to be very easy for you because you have everything structured, and you'll be very, very effective with what you are doing. So all the people you look up to, they all have this. Elon Musk, all of them, Bill Gates, they have, because they are handling people, they have research team, they have this team, they have that team. So they have to like make sure they apportion time for each and every one of them while still creating time for their family. Without this, they will just spend their time on social media and they will not achieve anything. You get. So then, remember I said something. I said daily routine and to-do list. I've told you how to create your daily routine. After this lecture, make sure you create your own daily routine on a sheet of paper, write all the things you're meant to do and paste it on your wall. So when you wake up in the morning, you know what you're meant to do and follow it. Follow it. If you follow it, you need to spend this amount of time on the activities which I wrote down earlier. Then to-do list, what is a to-do list? I explained that earlier. You need to understand that as humans, we have this issue with remembering things. Probably I meant to have an appointment with someone today by 4 p.m. I can actually forget. I can be working on multiple things and then forget about the appointment, right? So once I have things to do that are not actually my daily routine for tomorrow, right now, today, I'll start writing them down on my to-do list. The book which I got for you, the second book, which is that's the to-do list. You write down the things you are meant to do for the day that you're not currently daily routine. If, for example, I'm meant to go to the bank on Monday, I'm meant to do this, do that, do that, do that, do that, all of this. I write all of this down there. So I'm following my daily routine here, but I'm making sure I complete what's actually on my to-do list. So sometimes I may not be able to stick to my daily routine 100%. Why? Because some things on my to-do list requires me going out. You guess that's totally fine. That's totally fine. You understand? So that's what the to-do list is, and that's actually how it's meant to be
use. You may actually have something you want to do on Friday. Yeah, you write it down there, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I meant to go here, Friday, I meant to do this. And if it's a timed activity, you can set a reminder on your phone. That's what I'm doing. 30 minutes to the time to remind you or meeting by 4 with Emmanuel. You understand? So, oh yeah, I have a meeting. You remember, get everything. So this with this now you would be able to keep up with activities without missing appointments or missing this or missing that, which is going to help, you become more productive and more sharp.
Now, before I end the session, I'm going to leave you with this. We are all humans, and as humans, we struggle with what we call consistency. And that's why it's one of the major determinants of success. If you look at athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo and top musicians, top, people in the world, you notice that they are very, very consistent and very passionate about what they are doing. Every single day they are always showing up. That is what it takes to be successful. And that is why it's very difficult to be consistent. So if you want to get to the top, you need to understand that all I need to do to get to the top is to create a daily routine and consistently follow this daily routine. As long as I constantly follow this daily routine every single day, I'm going to rise to the top. I'm going to be the best student in my class. I'm going to finish this particular course. I'm going to complete this app. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be the best at this particular thing, that particular thing, whatever you want to do. So a lot of persons will not constantly follow this because, but even if it's 20% or 30% of persons, I'm able to encourage to create a routine and follow it every single day, and they are constant enough to follow it. That's very, very okay. And you are going to be part of those 20-30% of persons. You understand? So as you are constantly following this daily routine and every single time I talk about this training, you may at some point fall off, which is okay. But you need to understand something, right? If I'm climbing a mountain, I've been climbing a mountain for like 3 weeks, I've been consistent. All of a sudden, today, I probably spent the whole day on my phone. I didn't stick to my routine. See, I've fallen off. And later this evening, I discovered, oh, Jesus, I was so indisciplined today. I didn't follow my routine and every single thing. What am I to do? Immediately, I meant to put away all the distractions and say, okay, I'm going to be disciplined back and continue. See, I was here, I came down to here, and I've put myself together so I continue climbing up. So anytime you fall off, just get back in track as soon as possible and continue going up. Do you understand? Because that's how it's going to be. Don't be like the person who would, climb, 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 and instead of them to pick themselves up and continue going, they would be like, oh Jesus, I've fallen off with Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You now remain there and keep falling, keep falling. Before they get themselves back together, they've already gone down, 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 down. So you now start coming from here again. That's just going to make the whole process of getting to the top much longer. Then lastly, the routine I created, I showed you, is from Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays you can use to rest. If you don't want to use the entire Saturday and Sunday to rest like myself, you can use half of Saturday and Sunday to work towards something, still create it and add it to your daily routine. Saturday and Sunday daily routine is meant to be different. Then from like probably 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. or so, you can use to rest. So you know that every single day you're working and your rest time is Saturday from 1 to maybe 7 or 8, and Sunday too from 1 to 7 or 8, depending on your own particular daily routine. So that is basically everything for this lecture. If you stay to this particular point, congratulations. Create your daily routine, and if you want to send it to me, if you're okay, send it to me. Send it to me. If you're still not okay, send it to me. So it's still fine, but just make sure you remain consistent with it. And if you have any question or you encounter any challenge at some point and you want to ask me or reach out to me, feel free to send me a message or a voice note. I'll see it almost immediately. I'm done working and I'm going to respond once I see it. Thank you very much and see you guys at the other side of sources. I can't wait, to start hearing testimonies. Let's say a couple of months down the road, maybe a year, 2 years or 3 years, and you say, oh, I was able to get to this particular point because I created a daily routine and I constantly followed it. And the reason why I was able to do that was because of, my uncle Michael, or my brother Michael. He helped me structure that. A lot of persons will not get an edge like this. I call this an edge. A lot of persons will just keep juggling through mediocrity and will not actually reach the top rungs. So this is like a boost. So make sure you use this boost properly and see you at the top.